morning.
Good morning.
Great rising.
This is the Art, Beauty, Equilibrium podcast.
ABE.
We on YouTube. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
That part.
It's free.
It is free.
Yeah, it's really free.
It's free.
And it takes like 20 seconds.
Yeah, man.
You know, if you're rocking with us, go on there, subscribe.
Tell
It's
them
20 seconds.
True.
Y'all be asking me to do all kind of stuff.
Before we get started, I wanted to say shout out to California Governor Newsom.
Yes.
We almost back to work, y'all.
Time to get these fades, man.
About time.
That's good news.
It's great
good
news.
So, not yet, but he said a few weeks. I haven't heard that type of language in a while.
Right.
So, I'm going to take it as a victory.
Well, remember
Exactly.
last time that you can tell within his energy that he wasn't really, hating towards what we was doing. You can tell that they ready for us to get back out here and start cutting hair, man. That you walk around here looking ugly, it'll get to you.
You know what? You know what I think it is? Because the interview before this one, he was talking about how he got cut by his wife at home. He said she didn't do too bad, it's a little crooked. He like, yeah, nigga, it's time.
Yeah, his wife messed him up.
Yeah, like, nah, enough is enough.
Yeah.
I need that professional
the
now.
the mayor and the governor's like,
Yeah.
the wife hooked it up. So, just wanted to say that, man. I'm happy,
I'm happy
to all the beauticians, the cosmetologists, hairstylists, barbers.
Man,
Good news.
Get this
Yeah,
money.
That's
We
right.
gon-
I
we
think
gonna have
that
a social-
we did here too. That I think the same week they said that it was going to be like 3 months away. So I think that kind of had everybody a little bit fearful at first.
Yeah.
But
Right.
that's good news.
That is awesome.
We gonna have a social distance barbershop party for
Right.
us employees. I went and got that new Monopoly. You know.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
But I'm sure when we do open back up, there's gonna be some new rules.
you already know.
There's gonna be a lot of new
Principles
rules. A
and
lot of new
regulations we're gonna have to
rules,
follow, or maybe some old things being reinforced. A lot more harder.
Yeah.
Safety is gonna be wow.
So, what were you talking about today?
I was just about to say.
Man, what's on the agenda
Shima, what
today?
you got for us today?
Okay, since we opened up with the good news, we have some inappropriate comments or a joke from Boosie. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
People trying to figure that out.
It's a tough one.
Also, R.I.P. Breonna Taylor, who got
Right.
shot in March. Everybody's just now talking about it, unfortunately, but that did happen a few months ago. And also, her boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, is being charged with attempted murder from firing off his firearm.
Yeah.
Also, DeAndre Baker and Quentin Dunbar. What's up, y'all? Was that a robbery or what? Was that?
Okay, so
Oh, that's just so.
first things first.
I'll pop up.
I don't know if y'all had a chance to hear what he was saying on his
Oh man,
on his live, but we got to
I
talk
thought
about.
they were 12.
You know what?
Oh, he was 14.
I don't know I don't know legally if that even matters. See, the thing is you can't do that. Period.
Right. But
You
when
can't
it
do
first
that.
came out, they said 12.
They
14 is still bad.
No. He said, if you watch the live, I don't know if y'all seen it, but he said when my nephews and my son was 12.
We're 12. Right.
Yeah. As soon as they,
Yeah.
in other words, that's like a coming
That's
of age
way
time.
too. I can understand at 12 someone talking to you about sex and the birds and the bees.
Yeah,
Right.
you got to know about
you
that.
have to have that conversation.
You have to. Yeah.
But to kind of, and of course, OG uncles and grandpas, they like to steer you towards women. Your uncles will talk to you about girls and stuff when you're young, and they want you to like girls and shit. But that is a little bit over the top, bro. That's unacceptable. I mean, at 12, if a 12-year-old gonna get some head, let him go on and get it on his own somehow. But for an
Yeah,
adult
but
to be helping in that, that's just. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. There's some nasty 12-year-olds out here in these middle schools now. They foul. They fast.
Well, the bottom line is we have to keep kids' names out of our mouths and stop talking about it, period. You know what I
Right.
mean? As
Yeah.
far as in the national,
Yeah.
social media news,
Right.
as far as news and everything is concerned, I just keep whatever you do in your household, keep it at bay. You know what I mean? Have that private conversation. But as far as things being a teachable moment, we don't want to be watching somebody on the news next. You know what I mean? For something different.
Exactly.
I think that is the bigger. That's what we should be paying attention to. Everybody's business that goes on in their house. I
Yeah.
agree with you.
If I put in my 2 cents and just my 2 cents. I agree totally with what you're saying, Shima, because we won't know unless, they say something.
Right.
Keep your family business in your family, bruh.
Right.
We don't need to hear about what's going on. I mean, things happen. I know when I was a kid, my dad let me take a swig of beer.
Right.
And I don't want nobody looking.
That ain't nobody business.
Yeah, it ain't nobody business.
Right.
I don't want nobody,
that's
calling
a
my dad
little
like,
different,
I can't believe you gave your son a swig of beer. It's like,
yeah.
But that was a moment between me and my dad.
Right.
Now don't get me wrong, this shit is way excessive.
Yeah, it's a little different.
It's different.
It's way drastic.
But I'd rather. I mean, if I'm gonna look at it, in a smidget of a positive standpoint, I'd rather, if anything, be in the household. So, some people tell their kids, I'd rather for you to, if you're gonna smoke some weed, do it in the house.
Right.
So then it's in a controlled environment.
Right.
Still think it's wrong. I don't think parents and kids should be smoking together, nothing like that, or parents should be, soliciting, anything, adult to their kids. Let kids be kids.
Yeah.
But,
that part. Let them be kids, dog.
But also with that, right? Like I was listening to one cat. He was, making mention about the same conversation, and he was like, "Man, when I was 12, I was thinking about Pokemon and whatever. I wasn't.
Right.
I was thinking about sex.
Right.
I grew up a little before my time, but sex was on my mind.
But even then, that's a developmental stage, and that's perfectly normal. But when you talk about what he's and we don't know if this is what's happening or if this is something maybe a joke went bad, maybe he was, because he was on live, you smoking, you could say some stuff off the cuff. Maybe you didn't mean it. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think a part of it too is like certain cultures. It's like we got to talk about the hyper sexualized culture behind all this. Like, why can't kids just be kids? Why do we have to look at these young boys and girls and be worried about what they're doing and have that conversation all the time? It's like, that's not our place to discuss. Like, if you're going to develop, that's natural, and that's up to father and son to have that conversation. Hey, here's the birds and the bees. But to be like, hey, I'm going to fast track you.
Yeah, I'm not agreeing with that.
Yeah,
I'm cool.
I don't agree with
and it's sad because our culture already really just sexualizes, our children and all of that. I mean, the music, I'm sorry, we have a lot of female artists, and people can say what they want to say about adults can do a better job at parenting and controlling what their kids listen to. It takes a village to raise a child. And between these real ratchet-ass female artists and ratchet-ass niggas, and the type of music they be putting out, we like it bump, but it's not cool. It's very sexual, and it's raising our little girls. And you can act like they coming across it on TikTok videos. They doing all these cute ass videos to some ratchet songs.
It's not just a female and male thing.
Yeah.
And that's what we do. We love to point the finger at, to the left.
I just feel like that whole culture, something has to change because it's raising our children. And then look at what he's even talking about now. Now, I get my 12-year-old nephew's head. It's like we already got to worry about so much.
The thing is, it's nothing wrong with dancing. It's nothing wrong with music. It's nothing wrong with any. It's when you take it and you make it something sexual at that age. And that's what the same comments he made about, Dwayne Wade's son. It's
like if
our
they
daughter.
both
it's like
wrong.
Right.
At the end of the day, you said it earlier, we shouldn't even know what's going on in everybody's household.
Right.
We all go through stuff as parents, and as when we were coming up as children. Right. But can you imagine if everything you did was put on social media to be devoured and consumed by the masses? So I feel like there's a time and place for everything. When you open up that door to let people in, this is what can happen. This is the backlash that can happen. Now, whether or not, he'll get any legal ramifications behind this, we'll see. But I know
there's a lot
of attention that's on this.
Of course. Well, because and he's a black man too. I mean, it's a lot of perverted shit going on in all kind of races. That's way
culture.
worse than a 12-year-old getting some dome.
That is in every culture.
But
you know what?
to keep
That's
it
why
a
they
buck
said
with
it's
you,
a teachable moment. You know what I mean?
Right.
For
It's
all of
definitely
us,
a
because
teachable
we can
moment.
all.
Everybody makes mistakes. But I think part of it is saying, you know what? I was, tripping. I was on live. I was speaking.
And that
let
be the
people
main
know
thing.
what exactly happened, because
correct
you don't
yourself.
want you don't want those issues.
but see, I would just
if it's something that
But what he represents, though, I mean, and him being on that platform, I just really feel like the hip hop culture overall is just not protecting our children.
Well, I did hear Mark Lamont Hill make a comment and say that it's a culture of toxic masculinity that we're dealing with. You know what I mean?
It's just toe up.
And how do we tackle these
that
issues that
part.
are so embedded, with our upbringing, our history?
Right.
How do we tackle these
It's
issues and move forward?
Right. It's
Because
like
it's,
the
something
message.
for everybody to handle. It's something that we can't all turn our backs to. I mean, if we can talk about R. Kelly, we can talk about that. We can talk about all kind of stuff, and it's not just in, like you said, our culture and our race or whatever, but it's things that we have to basically tackle as a society, as a whole.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. But overall, it's wrong.
wrong.
I feel it's wrong. I'm sure we all
it's
do.
wrong.
Because do you want that smoke? Do you want people in your business like that after you put something out there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No.
Because regardless of if you want it or not, or if you said it to joke with,
Child social services, like, that's something real. They
know-
might investigate that and want to know. Well, we need to talk to the everyone that was mentioned
But
in
see,
this
this is
comment.
the thing that
and
I think-
that's when it gets serious.
This is the one thing, though, that's funny. It seems like when R. Kelly was doing it, just because they were 12-year-old girls.
See that, but that's part of the toxic masculinity.
Yeah, what you were saying. 12-year-old boys is that's no different.
And that's part of the hypersexualized culture of everybody is proud of their sons. Like if you look at the little live, it was like a rite of passage type of vibe, seriously.
Yeah.
And you also got daughters, and I know that's not the vibe with them. You're gonna try
Hell
to protect them,
Right.
Exactly.
So it's just that.
But it's always gonna be like that.
It's always gonna be like that. But
You
when you
gonna-
get to the point where you throwing that assist, that's what changes the.
Exactly.
Like
that's
you
what
said,
we
it's
have to do.
different.
All kids, we're gonna
Yeah.
fight for all kids. We're gonna protect
All
all
kids,
kids.
Shima.
keep them safe. That's the
Right.
bottom line. So
Right.
moving on.
Yeah,
Moving
moving right
on.
along.
Yeah. What's up with these NFL players, man?
Bro.
Did y'all read about this?
No, I didn't, but I heard somebody man, what in the dude, y'all right? Damn.
I'll tell you, when you've been hitting your head up against another nigga's head since 5, Pop Warner,
Yeah.
I do something to you. It
Speak
got
on
to.
it.
I think it does. When
that
you've been
does not say rob a bank though.
but something's wrong in your head.
I mean, trust
That
me.
may-
I know.
I mean, they go through. Have y'all seen Concussion?
Yes.
yes,
Tell
of
the
course.
truth.
Yeah.
So,
the truth.
Firstly,
like, I mean, once you hit your head so many times, you can't really rule out what a nigga may do.
Right.
Yeah. Facts.
You know what I'm
hey,
saying?
you're right. But
I mean-
I know that this what is it CT.
I know what you're talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
I know the injuries from the injuries to the head and everything. Look, I understand, but
You
bro,
said that part.
you had to really think about that. Like, we gonna rob this bank,
Right.
and it's like, no, like, what the hell is you? I
So
gotta
were
stay-
they-
Well, look, the story is that they lost
CTE? Thank you.
they lost their grip. They said, I think, somewhere in the ballpark of 70 racks.
Yeah, $75,000.
70. Yeah. So you got that. You're not playing. Your season's uncertain. It's a lot of stuff going on. We mad already. I ain't lost 70.
Right.
So ain't no telling what you gonna do if you lose 70.
Right.
So and the way that they did it when they came back to the party, I was reading the article and it's funny because the way that CNN reports on it, they said it was premeditated because it said the vehicles were positioned for immediate departure, and I'm like,
So yeah, they do what they was doing.
I was like, okay, they ready to pull off. So yeah, they went up in there and did that. Now I don't know if both players were involved in it, but that might be a good defense. To say, hey, I got this concussion stuff going on.
Hey,
that they better use that to get out of it.
Yeah.
Homie,
Yeah.
like,
That may work.
I panicked.
I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but
Because like they
sounds
said,
good to
the
me.
helmet, what they say, the helmet protects the brain or the outside, but what's
it's protecting
protecting the skull
No, the brain.
or the actual brain itself? Oh, because the
Once
skull's on the
the brain rattles
Right.
in the skull.
so the skull. There's nothing protecting the brain from the skull. Yeah, that's not.
because the first look is, man, you lost 70 during the quarantine. We supposed to be chilling, stacking, saving.
What the fuck were they,
you know,
excuse me, what was they doing?
I don't know if they're shooting dice, playing cards, whatever.
You supposed to be social distancing.
Yeah.
First of all,
Social distancing. You may you know being a football player, you could lose 15.
yeah,
From bills and groceries, but 70, bro. Damn.
hey,
I hope y'all have fun because you know what I mean.
You're going.
I hope they have fun.
What up, Too Much Crutch?
too much crutch in the house.
What'd he say?
I think I'm kind of fine. Where'd it go?
Can we bring it back up?
There you go.
I ain't there.
I said he ain't finna rob nobody.
Yeah.
So.
I wouldn't rob nobody.
Yeah.
I still be tripping off his background. Can you,
What up, Ricky?
Ricky
Sometimes
Clark
people
Jr.
are who they are, no matter their
But
profession.
we don't know their side
That
of the story
part.
either. So I want to
Especially
say,
saying that from Ricky. You ain't lying.
Yeah,
Facts. Facts.
This morning,
Yeah, that's the truth.
I spoke to my uncle and we had a conversation about that. He said, just because a person is rich, don't mean they rich. As a person, they can have all kind of issues and just come up on some money.
You take the nigga out the hood. But you
Yeah.
can't take the hood out the nigga.
So-
And too, you got to think whatever your vice is, whatever you prone to do, it's just gonna get more exaggerated when you get that bread. He might have been somebody that, hey man, I lost 70.
Right.
Now I'm $70. Now I'm losing 70 stacks.
yeah, but it's
it
two
is what it
sides to
is.
every story too. You don't know, somebody might have.
We don't.
You don't know.
And they did
But
turn
you don't
themselves
know
in.
the, specific. So
They turned themselves in. So that's better than getting caught because now that's a whole different set
I mean,
of
if you
legal
play for
ramifications.
the New York Giants and the Seattle Seahawks, you have to turn
Getting some
yourself
kind of
in.
money.
Right.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Right.
You
Maybe
can't
I
just
should
be
look
like,
at
I'm
some
on the
what
run.
their salary
You know?
is or something. I don't know.
might be out here.
I should have checked out their salary, how much they getting, but bro, come on now. Like,
I mean, it's and like I said, I think it's a situation where you don't know all the facts, but considering what's going on with the NFL being shut down, everything's pretty much shut down. You lost a grip.
It makes sense.
It may, and
no,
you probably,
it don't. Robbing the bank,
hey,
bro.
It
man.
makes sense for a person that's not
no,
in their right.
it wasn't a bank. It was a house party.
But do you think? Let me ask you. Do you think that they got
Robbery.
75 racks back? Because they got like a rollie.
Nah, and they didn't get
a
nowhere
Rolex?
close to the money they lost.
Yeah.
But the thing is, so it's equivalent. Like, say we.
I thought it was
Look.
it was a house.
All right, look,
On
here it
robbery,
go.
yeah.
We chilling. It's
damn.
quarantine. You come in here. We playing poker, dice, whatever. You lose 70. Right? You hot. You leave. You come back. We big chilling. We ordering, wing stop
We
to the
Uber
house.
eating.
Uber eating. We got your 70. We living
Oh.
it up. And then you double back and you park your car for immediate departure and then you run up in there. That's kind of like what the
So
what the story
think about
is.
it. When you faded, you swole. You been hitting your head since 6.
Yeah, it's a lot.
You ain't got no more money. You aggressive.
Yeah.
I tackle, nigga. I'm a linebacker.
It
I'm going back in there to take my money back. It ain't too far out of the realm of things. For
Yeah.
it.
It's still a robbery if you ask for it back and
mean-
they say no.
I mean,
Is it
if
still
Ray
a
Lewis
robbery?
was out here,
Look, hold on. Too Much Crutch said he had a $5 million signing bonus. All right. You shouldn't
Wait
be
a
tripping
minute, what?
shouldn't be tripping on the 70.
Wait
bro.
a minute.
what? Hey,
Oh, bro,
what Jay-Z say? If
70?
you owe me $10, you ain't giving me $9. He might want his bread. He want his 70
but
racks back.
If he lost it in the gap, man, wait, so you mean to tell me he lost it gambling?
Yeah.
And wanted it back?
Yeah.
Boy, go to jail. I'm sorry.
Boy, go to jail.
Go to
Yo, that's wicked. He said
go
he
to jail. I'm
That's
sorry.
that's beyond the sore
I'm
loser
sorry.
right there.
Yo,
Homie, you done took the L. Now you want your money back? Oh, you sucker.
Wait.
Sorry. Man. I'm trying to be politically correct on here.
Speak your mind, man. Speak your mind. Man.
Speak your piece.
Cause you a
brother.
sucker, homie. You got broke off. You should have been playing better, homie. What the hell wrong with you? You want your money back? Wait! Oh man, get the man! Oh, I'm trying not to cuss. Oh,
What up, Kenny?
Oh my God! Are you
What
kidding
up,
me?
Kenneth?
Are you kidding me?
He lost 70 racks and got mad. So
He got broke. He wanted. Oh man, yeah. Spend some time in jail, bro.
AKA the hot sauce.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's funny.
Oh my God.
All right, so switching gears, we're gonna get serious for a moment.
Please, because boy, I'm about to be on this dude here for the rest of the thing.
We're talking about the death of
Breonna Taylor.
yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's a lot of information. I don't know if anybody had time to read about this.
No,
but
run,
this
go
is
over that
something
again.
that's like developing. It's a lot of information on this particular case right here.
Basically, the police had a warrant for a particular person's arrest. They did a no-knock entry into Breonna Taylor's apartment, and the boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, did call the police. He did have a license and registered firearm and was registered to use it. And he fired off at police because somebody was coming into their apartment.
Right.
They fired several shots, and she died of several shots in her apartment.
No question.
Yeah.
Now they were going to look for somebody, right?
They were going to look for somebody.
And what I learned from this story was they're already
in custody.
in custody.
Correct. Yes.
So they went in.
Knowing that they had already arrested the suspect.
I don't think
That's bad communication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the
Because-
left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing. We're serving this warrant, trying to get someone in
Did they
custody.
even
Obviously,
have a warrant? Because you couldn't have a warrant.
they had a no-knock warrant.
They had a no-knock
They had a
warrant.
They had a warrant.
Did they say they had a no-knock warrant, or they really
No,
had
a
one?
that's
no-knock
what a no-knock
warrant is you don't say
is.
nothing.
Yeah.
You just come in.
I mean, I'm talking about from the from the police station or whatever.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
they
that's
said
what
they
they're
had
calling it, a no-knock
it's
warrant.
called a no-knock warrant.
Yeah.
But it was for
Breonna
somebody, yeah.
Taylor is unfortunately deceased, and her boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, is facing attempted murder on a police officer right now.
See, yeah, that's messed up.
Yeah.
You know,
Just another
And
day in the neighborhood for us black folks.
And they're talking about a lot of the actual rounds went from the outside right through the windows, the walls, into the apartment.
wait a minute. So they were shooting before they even got inside.
Yeah, they said they were
he
shooting
opened
through
up
the
fire
windows,
because you got to think that you're in bed, right, with your significant other, and somebody's trying to get into your apartment without saying anything. You have no clue it's the law enforcement,
no clue.
and you have a licensed, registered firearm. What are you going to do?
You're going to fire it.
Protect
You
yours,
already know
right?
what I'm about to do.
Yeah. So that's what happened.
Homie,
And
they
once
lucky
he
I-
let that shot off, they're already coming in guns blazing. I mean, you can imagine. You hear a shot, I mean, it's over. So they just literally,
That's so sad, fam.
yeah.
is.
And what ended up happening, one of the officers got wounded.
Okay, the thing
Yeah, somebody said they started shooting before entering the house. The blinds were closed as well.
so this what I don't get is
So the police officers did start shooting.
So
they
did
started
they-
shooting from outside.
Yeah, before
read
entering.
that they started shooting from inside from the windows, and they also shot up apartments around them
And
too.
and bullets were found in like the adjacent
Other
apartments,
neighbors'
not even.
apartments. Yeah.
so they
no,
were they
see.
going into everyone's apartment or they already knew what apartment
No,
so
they had the address and everything.
so did they have the wrong address then? Cuz
No. This is
It's
sounding like
developing. It sounds like they had an address, and the person didn't live there. Now, how they got the address or anything, I'm not 100% sure.
I just think it's bold to just run up in a spot shooting if you're not even sure if that's like are you even sure the person you're looking for is in there?
No, they already had him in custody.
And what did this
So that's
person,
what I'm saying. So if the person's already in, it's just bad, like you said. It's just
What
bad
did this
communication.
person do? And how many police officers was it?
I don't know, but they said that actually I read this on Sean King's website. But anyway, they're saying that come to find out that the officer who was shot, it might have been a case of friendly fire. It might have been his other fellow officers who shot him, not even Kenneth Walker. But
Yeah, see, it might have been friendly
Are
fire.
you
That's another
serious?
part of the story.
so that's another.
Layer.
Another layer that's developing. You know what I mean? That's
What's exactly
And-
a friendly
and
fire?
and another,
That means your fellow police officer shot you. he's a friend, friendly fire.
Right. It's all bad. Exactly.
Yeah.
And also he called 911.
Yes. He called 911.
So that's a part of it too. It's
Yes.
like you're doing everything in your power to survive at that point and protect you and yours.
Right.
Your
It's a stand your
other.
ground state. He's a registered firearm.
Yeah.
You know, his firearm is registered. He's a registered holder. So, you know.
You're trying to do everything to protect yours as a human being. And even if one of those rounds did strike an officer, you got to kind of ask yourself, if you're coming into my residence and you're not announcing yourself, maybe they need to look at the no-knock policy, you know, and see if there needs to be some extra confirmation that needs to take place before you serve those type of warrants. You know, maybe, because to have a mistake like that, I mean, he's in jail, you know, or he got arrested and charged with attempted murder. I mean,
I just think I'm drained at this point behind this type of thing.
Man,
because I still think he's going to get the short end of the stick when it's all said and done.
Once again, it's all about having the complexion for the protection, and he don't have it.
You don't have it.
You know.
I mean, to be honest with you, a person should be given the benefit of the doubt once you find out there was a no-knock warrant and you running up in somebody's house in the middle of the night. What he's supposed to do? He don't know what's going on. That should just kill the whole story. What is all these extra procedures? Why we got to investigate this? Man, you ran up in a man's spot unannounced. You already said it.
Yeah, that's it.
So his first reaction to protect his family is dark. He can't see. He called 911. That means he was scared.
Right.
Did
They
you
didn't
say
say
the police?
police.
It's simple. Why we make it so hard?
Yeah,
you investigate to come up with more dirt to keep putting us in prison.
But bro, common sense ain't common. So
it's common sense.
Not even the judicial system.
or how about you get some type of system where once you have somebody in custody, we no longer look for this person. We have them. Send that out.
Exactly. Like
that part.
That message. Art.
Exactly.
I just want to say the thing that really infuriates me is the fact that I'm tired of hearing about all these cases of the stand your ground case, and people of color are on the opposite end of the stick when it comes to
Can't stand your ground. Exactly.
Can't stand your ground. You know what I mean? All these cases that we're constantly fed and you know, we read, we always hear about something so just messed up happening to black and brown people. And it's like, what's going on where
that's the common denominator.
If you're doing everything, if you do everything that you're supposed to do, you have a license, you have a firearm, you're in a stand your ground state. You know what I mean? And if anybody comes up into anybody's place, their home, what are you supposed to do?
Protect yourself.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then on the flip side, and then when we're just jogging, you feel me? We can get attacked. And a lot of people that are not of color are actually so comfortable with just running up on us and killing us because that's how much faith they have in the system, thinking it's going to protect them from their behavior because it always does. Right? So it's the same thing. Like, it goes both ways. We can't catch a break nowhere. We could be jogging. Nigga, I could be asleep in my home.
Right.
With my family, chilling.
Well, that's why we got, despite all the progress we made, we got a ways to go because you still have some of these judges, some of these laws on the books. You know, the court, the actual judicial system, we get the short end of the stick there. So even if you make it, even if you survive, let's say you make it through the altercation, you still might not make it through the legal process, which, you know, it's yet to be. We have yet to see what the outcome is going to be. But the fact of the matter is somebody's no longer here. Somebody's life was taken.
Thank you.
And somebody's in jail for obviously a mistake.
Right.
And mourning the loss of his girl, you know, so.
Yeah.
That's tough. Man.
At some point, man, even if justice is served and it was the right thing, I'm still tired of our people dying for no reason, for mistakes.
Yeah.
That I think could be easily avoided.
Right.
Look, y'all.
Because go ahead.
We're going to wrap it up.
We got to wrap it up. That was a good one. I want to thank everybody for your comments.
We might need to get back on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
On YouTube.
ABE, baby.
It's free.
It's totally free.
It's free.
You know, check us out on YouTube.
Yes.
Once again, like, subscribe, and share.
You can even hit the subscribe button in the corner of the screen if you
Yeah.
get a chance. Yeah, we'll see y'all next week, man.
Yep.
Thanks.
Have a great day.
Everybody have a great day.
Love y'all.
All right.
All right.
Yeah. Kick it up. Wake into the ground. Kick it up. Kick it up.